looking for the documents after the class as well. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes.
That's really good. And if you have any questions, any doubts, you can ask me directly. All right. So yesterday we have done can and could. Do you have any problems with can and could?
No.
Okay. Now I want you to make sentences 2 rounds with could. Okay. With each and every pronounce, you're going to have 2 rounds of could. One by one. Faster, please. For example, they could, we could, you could, she could, he could, it could, I could. Make sentences with could. Faster.
I could support farmer protest. Could I support farmer protest? I can't. I
couldn't.
I couldn't support farmer protest.
Good. Next.
I could read whole book. Could I read whole book? I couldn't read whole book.
Very good.
I could send a mail. Could I send a mail? I couldn't send a mail.
Good. Next. Could. Please don't
I
sit
could
like this and make sentences, all of you.
I could.
I could.
I could drink warm water. Could I drink warm water? I couldn't drink warm water.
Very good. Next.
I could capture. Could I capture? I couldn't capture.
Good. Next.
He could play football. Could he play football? He couldn't play football.
Good.
I could courier. Could I courier? I could not courier.
I couldn't courier.
I couldn't courier.
Next. He could, she could. Yes. She could suffer. Could she suffer? She couldn't suffer. He could demand. Could he demand? He couldn't demand. They could assault. Could they assault? They couldn't assault. Yeah, very good. She could manage.
He could manage this issue. Could he manage this issue? He couldn't manage this issue.
Good. Take these words. Yes. Take these words and make sentences.
They could arrive. Could they arrive? They couldn't arrive.
Very good. Yes, Zubair bhai, make sentences. Miss Adifa, make sentences. Wajid bhai, make sentences.
Yes, sir. He could increase your income. Could he increase your income? He couldn't increase your income.
Very good. Next.
He could scrap. Could he scrap? He could not scrap.
Very good. Next. It could scribble. Could it scribble? It couldn't scribble. It could separate. Could it separate? It couldn't separate. It could struggle. Could it struggle? It couldn't struggle. Continue. It could take revenge. Could it take revenge? It couldn't take revenge.
She could neglect. Could she neglect? She couldn't neglect it.
Very good.
She could shout. Could she shout? She couldn't shout.
Very good.
She could observe. Could she observe? She couldn't observe.
Very good. Next.
She could pick up.
She could visit. Could she visit? She couldn't visit.
She could pick up. Could she pick up? She couldn't pick up.
Okay, it could. It's good.
It could save.
It's good.
Could it save? It couldn't save.
Good. It could save. Could it save? It couldn't save. Next.
It could fear. Could it fear? It couldn't fear.
Good. Next. Make sentence with you, we, they. You could, we could, they could.
You could visit. Could you visit? You couldn't visit.
Very good.
You could support. Could you support? You couldn't support.
Good. You could support. Could you support? You couldn't support. Next.
You could use. Could you use? You couldn't use.
Good. They could. They could arrange. Could they arrange? They couldn't arrange.
They could consume. Could they consume? They couldn't consume.
Good. They could consume. Could they consume? They couldn't consume.
They could
Satisfy.
manage. Could they manage? They couldn't manage.
Very good. They could manage. Next.
They could satisfy. Could they satisfy? They couldn't satisfy.
Good. They could satisfy. Next.
They
Yes.
could restart machine. Could they restart machine? They couldn't restart machine.
Restart the machine. Good. They could
Restart
restart
the
the
machine.
Good.
Restart the machine.
Next.
They could realize. Could they realize? They couldn't realize.
Very good. They could realize. Could they realize? They couldn't realize. Next.
They could
They
separate.
could take.
Could they separate? They couldn't separate.
Separate.
They could.
Good.
They could take away. Could they take away? They couldn't take away.
Good.
They
They could
could
take
join
away.
the meeting. Could they join the meeting? They couldn't join the meeting.
Good. Anything else with could? I believe that can and could we have already done, and we had practice as well. Do you want to ask any questions regarding could?
No, and we use it.
When do we use it? Mr. Zubair, when do we use it? When do we use it? Wajid bhai, when do we use it?
Things, place,
Very good, very good.
Baby.
We use
baby.
very good. We use it for animals, things, babies, places, and ideas. Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can use for
Yeah.
noun.
Thank you.
good. We can use it for animals, things, babies, places, and ideas. All right.
Yes.
Any other sentences with could?
Yes.
Any other sentences with could? Anyone would like to make any sentences with could? Yes.
They could run away. Could they run away? They couldn't run away.
Good. Next. All right. Now I have a question to all of you. Can I say he can operates a computer? Can I say like this? He can operates a computer. Simple present tense we have done, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
So can we say he can operates a computer?
No, sir.
Not at all. Why? Why? See, it is giving underline under that. It is absolutely wrong. Why? Because we use I, you, we, they, verb plus no s, no es, and he, she, it, verb plus s or es only in simple present tense. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes,
First
sir.
of all, khatarnak log, unmute yourself first of all. And we should have two-way conversation. Please pay attention here. We can use he, she, it, verb plus s or es only in simple present tense. Am I right?
Yes.
And can is not a part of simple present tense. When do we use can? For present and for future. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes,
And we are
sir.
using can for, what are the modes of can? Modes of can?
Present,
Possibility, permission, and
permissions.
Correct.
possibility.
Ability, possibility, and permission. Ability, possibility, and permission.
Permissions.
So we can't say he can operates. We can say he can operate only. Because it's what? Modal auxiliary. And we use he operates the computer. This is what? He operates the computer. It is
Simple
simple
present
present
tense.
tense. Getting it? It is what? Simple present tense. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
This is what I just clarified last batch as well. And now we can use their could for present, past, future as well. As I've told you yesterday, I could turn on the fan now. So it is the could I'm using in present. Am I right?
Yes.
I could help them if I met them. I could help them in the past if I met them. अगर मैं उनको मिलता था तो मैं उनको help करता था ना, मैं तो उनको मिला ही नहीं. So I could help them if I met them. अगर मैं उनको मिलता था तो मैं उनको help करता था. So this is what the past tense. We are using could for past. Yes or no?
Yes.
Next. And for present, I could turn on the TV now. And I've got my Rohit over here and I could catch him now. And now Rohit is gone. Rohit. ठीक है. मिलेगा बाद में मिलेगा. I could run fast in my childhood. This is the sentence of past. Yes or no? मैं जब छोटा था तो मैं फास्ट भाग सकता था, अभी मैं फास्ट नहीं भाग सकता हूँ. Next, I could help them if I meet them. This is what for future. Alright? मैं उनको help कर सकता हूँ अगर मैं उनको मिला तो. अगर मैं उनको मिला तो मैं उनको help कर सकता हूँ. Future. Okay? I can go there. It is present. And we use can only for present and future. As I told just now, I can meet them tomorrow. I can meet him tomorrow. I can meet them tomorrow. This is what for future, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I can go there now. It is present. Alright? Any problems? Any doubts?
No, sir.
All right. Now I'm just stopping this one.